Okay, I'm live. Hope everybody can come back. The demons of the internet just don't like me, I guess. But I'm back. Let's hope everybody can come in and like that. Sheesh. Hi, Ditch. Welcome back. I've been told that the only way to complain that YouTube will see it is to tag them on Facebook. So maybe I'll do that. I've done it before. Evil internet. I don't know. I guess I'm not supposed to talk about name brand jeans or let's see, doesn't Google own eBay? I don't know. They own PayPal, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I got a pair of jeans for $25, including shipping. Now, I had to go with men's to be sure I could get a size that actually fits me. With women's clothing, you never know. With men's clothing, you can choose the size of the waist and the length of the legs. Hi, Inventive, welcome in. I thought starting an hour early might improve my internet connection because fewer people use it early in the morning. But they zapped me again for no reason. And I really don't believe the problem is with my Verizon internet. Wow, oh, I see. The sunshine's coming in through the window over there and reflecting off the glass doors on the cabinet on over there. Ditch has to switch apps and browsers to keep up with the community. Yeah, this one does seem more stable. I'm going to have to put up real curtains. The problem is the cats will shred them. But the glare is killing me. Ditch is a switchboard operator. I take it you mean, I can't think of the word. It's too early in the morning. Your community of gamers and coders. Feel like a switchboard operator. Okay. Well, I'm going to miss Val Kilmer. By the way, I'm still getting financial help, but not like I did in March. And I hope people are not sending me their 10 or 20 bucks when they cannot afford it. But I was able to pay some bills and buy a couple things like these jeans for $25, including shipping. Most of my clothes are from yard sales and thrift shops, and I bought them before 2020. Yeah, poor. Yeah, I remember switchboards. They don't really have them anymore, with usually a woman sitting there with little headphones, and she'd pull the plug out of one hole and put it in the other and stuff like that to route calls, phone calls. That was a real thing when I was a kid. I remember when the bank first got computers. My bank, they said, well, the computer is in the main office downtown, and we all send our data to it. And my brother actually got a job going to a bank after hours and inputting the info from checks that the bank was processing, so the computer could keep track of their statements and their balances. Oh, hi, Don. Welcome in. We lost a great star, Val Kilmer. April 1st, and it was not a joke. Sad. He was a great actor. Oh, he was in The Doors? Oh. Well, I've seen Willow, and I don't remember him being in it. I'm not all that aware of who's a famous actor, you know? I was focused on the short guy, but I did see Tombstone, and he was awesome. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry, Don. He was great. Oh, movie The Doors. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Ditch. A movie about the Doors. They made some great music, but man, that the front man, whose name I forgot again, was a weirdo. Apparently, a lot of rock and roll stars were kind of different. I'm so terrible at names that today, not having the article in front of me, well, I think it was a YouTube video, I had to look up the cast of Tombstone because I couldn't remember Val Kilmer's name. Well, you know what I tell people? Yes, I'm weird. Deal with it. Earlier this morning, I don't know, one of those old ancient memories popped up. I was 15 years old. Cat hair. Ugh. I was at a book club meeting with other kids from my school, and it was at the home of one of the mothers. And she served us lunch, which was a plate of what was probably beef stroganoff, but it was probably a hamburger helper beef stroganoff. But instead of hamburger, she used strips of beef. Well, I didn't know what it was. Mom couldn't cook, and every pasta she ever cooked had tomato sauce. So, anyway, I wanted to, it was really good, and I wanted to know what it was called so I could ask for it. So I just said, "What is this called?" And the whole table erupted. It's good! And the mother who served it to us just stared at me and didn't say anything. And I should have spoken up, but I just tried to eat it, but I lost my appetite because of their reaction. I should have said, well, I guess I can never ask for it because I don't know what it's called. But I didn't say that. I just shut up and let them be the doofuses they were. And it was, good 4 years later when an old friend from a different school gave me a recipe for beef stroganoff. And I said, that's it. Oh, Jim Morrison. Thank you, Juanita. I could not think of his name, not even to save my life. And welcome in. Oh, yeah. And frankly, it was not, traditional stroganoff. It was the American stroganoff, but it's good. I love to cook some egg noodles and then make a white sauce with sour cream and maybe some cheese and just a touch of nutmeg. You don't want to taste the nutmeg, but it elevates the other flavors. So you keep it in the background, as Chef Vincenzo says, on Vincenzo's plate. So just a dash. Yeah, I don't use any kind of AI for my writing, and I would turn off autocorrect, but I make so many typos online that I just go ahead and let it do its thing. And if I don't like its interpretation, I say, no, this is what I want, and type what I want. I feel like I want to play Stairway to Heaven. My son discovered all the wonderful music from my childhood before I did. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Amazing. Oh, and In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida is good too. You see, Mom didn't allow us to play music in the house unless it was old cowboy songs or the popular music from around 1960. You know, oh, it's good music, but um, we weren't allowed to play the Beatles or any of the popular groups, Rolling Stones. We weren't even allowed to play. I lost the words, but their hit was "I'm Henry the Eighth. I am. I am. I'm Henry the Eighth. I am." British group, but very soft, popular. Oh, and okay, what's her name? The English lady who sang Downtown. Go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. Pat Clark, yes, thanks, Don. Yeah. Oh, and if I dared to try singing one of those songs because I heard it on the radio that the neighbor's kid had, I'd be very sternly told to shut up. It's just trying to be low tech. Yeah. Who recorded There's a Kind of Hush? There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. That group was one of my favorites. Mom wouldn't allow them in her house. Let's see. Um, there's a kind of hush. Herman's Hermits. Surely you've seen Herman's Hermits or heard them. They also did Henry VIII. Henry VIII, I am, I am. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Because she's been married 7 times before. And every one was a Henry. Yes, Widow Herman's Hermits. Okay, just in case they want to say my connection is unstable, I shut down the extra window. Yeah. I think coming on an hour earlier just might work. Random disconnects. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Mario. Ditch loves one of the Mario games, Mario Kart. Well, I think you should eat more cheese, Don. Just eat it before bedtime. Oh, well. Tora can't say hi. She's sleeping. Oh, she heard her name. Let's see if you can actually see her. Too much glare, but she is looking at you and squinting. She already got her treats this morning. more than she ever deserved. Yeah. Hi, Pio. Welcome in. There's no other cats to point cameras at right now. Uh, I woke up at 4 a.m., Don, and you went to sleep at 4. Uh, okay. Well, Social Security, because I get a pittance from SSI, I mean a tiny bit, like $300 a month, I have to report any income. Like last month, I got a lot of gifts of cash, but I can't find any way to report it. There isn't a form, there isn't a button to click on the website. So I sent a message over the Social Security website asking, what do I do? And a week later, they have not replied. I have no idea. I did report it to social services, and maybe they tell Social Security. No, there is a gift tax, but if a gift is more than $600, you have to pay a tax, unless there's specific uh, um, circumstances where you don't, like family members. Like if your kid's in college and you send him some money for his tuition or his food, that's not taxable. But these were gifts of like $20 each. Oh, send them a letter. Snail mail. That's an idea, Witta. Yeah, I think the worst is inheritance tax. You work all your life, you pay your taxes, and when you die, you just have to pay more taxes. And you don't even get write offs for things like, I don't know, your mortgage, your whatever deductions. You don't get deductions on inheritance tax. That's why people who have tons of money set up trust funds while they're still alive to avoid that tax. So what, Freeman? I've been smoking for over 50 years. Let's see, 25, 65 years. If I'm going to die from cigarettes, I'm already on the way. Thanks, Witta. Good advice. I even signed up for reminders to report income, and the reminder doesn't tell me how to report it. Well, my grandfather started smoking when he was 9 years old. He died of heart failure when he was 88. Well, I don't need a tax lawyer, Freeman. My son had to get a tax lawyer because the IRS was demanding all tons of money that he didn't think he owed, but you can't fight them on your own. And he works for a living. It's not like he's some silver spoon baby. His two sisters also work. Good idea, Witta. Except I'm not totally back to normal, but I'm definitely in the ballpark. Let's see if it. I have to report anything that puts me over $1,500 a month income from all sources. Not a tax lawyer, Freeman, a Social Security lawyer. Freeman doesn't understand. This is not a tax matter. I'm doing my income taxes. And when I do that, I can send copies of it. Well, to the social services and the Social Security. And that will make a difference. But I'm not going to starve just because they cut off food stamps, because we have some awesome churches and I have a little cash now if there's something the church is not giving away. Like yesterday, our local grocery store had strawberries on sale. They were the big baskets, the size of two of the little ones, and they were $5 each, but yesterday they were two for $5. So I was able to share with the lady who drove me to the store. And I still have enough to make a strawberry pie. Although I'm being lazy and going with shortcake, I got an angel food cake and some whipped cream. I might make a small batch of strawberry jam with what I have left. Yeah. Oh, I have the Tesseracts. Yeah. I keep forgetting to use that. It's a cool word, Tesseracts. Let's see. Where is it? Well, the way things are going now with everyone getting removed from their positions in the government, maybe Social Security doesn't have enough staff to um, to deal with things. Well, the main thing is they won't send me to prison if I'm honest. At least I don't think they will. In the end, money is money and stuff is stuff. Just chill out, Freeman. It'll all work out in the end. And my books are selling better too. I made over $300 last year for the whole year. That's a record for me. No, Don, I'm not going to do homemade wine. Bottle of juice, a cup of sugar and yeast, and wait 2 weeks. No, thank you. I'm very picky. I don't drink much or often, but when I do, I want Pinot Noir. I did try Pinot Grigio, the white wine made from the Pinot grapes. They just leave out the skins. It's okay, but I'll use that for cooking. Inventive, maybe some employees over there were getting in the way of your claim, and now they're gone. They don't want to give money to people who deserve it, who earned it. I was looking at the current interest rates on government bonds, the treasury bonds that our Social Security is invested in. At this time, you get between 3 and 4% on a government bond. Just recently, inflation was 20%. Last year, they claim it was 2.7%. You're losing money when you buy government bonds. At least in a passbook savings account, you can take it out whenever you want. Government bonds run anywhere from 2 years to 10 years. You can't touch it without paying a huge penalty and losing more money. Oh, Don, you like Guinness. I don't like things with hops in them, so that kind of puts me off of beer. And I'm not thrilled with I forget which ones, but there are some that are not so hoppy. Oh, like Budweiser. I've been told that they make Budweiser with rice. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, but I don't really like it. It's just it stays down, it doesn't come back up. Oh, man, I've been up since 4. That's why I decided to come on early. Guinness isn't hoppy. Yeah, I've been told the IPAs are really bad for hops. But there's something about hops that does not agree with my tummy. Apparently, ale and stout have fewer hops. I don't know. Oh, I finally got it to stick in my head what IPA means. India Pale Ale. Oh, I like some bitter foods, like okay, what are they? Artichokes. They are actually bitter, but after you eat some artichoke, you taste sweet as it's your mouth reacting to the bitter flavor of the artichoke. Oh, it's really awesome. Eat a little artichoke and then drink milk, and the milk tastes sweet. It's called the artichoke effect. Walnuts too. Walnuts are actually bitter, but they make you think they taste sweet because your mouth reacts to the bitterness and tastes sweet. But some bitter things just taste bitter. Oh, artichoke hearts and olive oil. You're playing my tune, Dawn. I usually just get an artichoke and boil it for an hour. But yeah, the artichoke hearts in a little glass jar. Grapefruit is acid. You know, it's a citrus fruit. I've switched to the red grapefruits. They're sweeter. They aren't. I guess they're kind of bitter, but they're mostly acid. But the red grapefruits actually are kind of sweet. It reminds me, on my cooking show, as soon as they arrive, I'm going to show some tools for eating grapefruit. Grapefruit knife and grapefruit spoon. Now, I'm too much of a klutz to use the grapefruit knife, but the spoon is really awesome. It has teeth on the end, on the tip of the bowl of the spoon to cut out the grapefruit more easily than with just a regular spoon. I just don't have a grapefruit to demonstrate it. Well, choke apparently has a history of being used for certain types of edible plants. I forget where it came from. And if I look it up, YouTube might decide my internet is unstable. Grapefruit gives ditch heartburn. You know why they tell you not to eat grapefruit when you're on blood pressure meds? Because grapefruit lowers your blood pressure. So if you're on the meds, your blood pressure might go too low. Grapefruit juice, I don't like it by itself. But if you put a scoop of what's that word? Not ice cream. Sherbet. Put a scoop of fruit sherbet in the glass and pour the grapefruit juice over it. Orange sherbet is my favorite, but you can use a different flavor like raspberry. It's just awesome with a scoop of sherbet. Yeah, the grapefruit rind is bitter. You're not supposed to eat the rind. Another recommendation, Ditch recommends DuckDuckGo for a search engine if I screen share. Grapefruit juice and Guinness? I don't know. I probably don't like Guinness, and I don't really like grapefruit juice by itself, unless it's that ruby red that comes in a glass bottle instead of a tin can. Separate. That's a good idea, Dawn. Don't put your Guinness in your grapefruit juice. The ruby red grapefruit juice is pretty darn good, but it is still even better with a scoop of sherbet. As I said, I don't drink much. I don't remember when I last had a drink of alcohol. But I think I did sip a glass of sherry about 2 years ago. I used to like the sweet sherry, but my tastes have changed and now I like the dry sherry. I guess Don must be Irish. He's always got shamrocks in his chats. I'm Scots Irish, which is why at age 70 I can drink cow's milk, no problem. It's a genetic thing. And I am mostly Scots Irish. Little Welsh, a little English, and a little Norse, Scandinavian. Well, they can't decide whether I'm Dutch or Danish. Mom used to tell us kids that we were 1/4 Dutch, but actually our grandmother was 1/4 Dutch. So let's see, 4, 8, we were 1/16 Dutch. Miller Lite beer? Better than Budweiser, Don? Well, I might try it. Last time I bought beer, I was using it to make bread without yeast. Don is Irish at heart, but he's Pennsylvania Dutch and Italian and Slovak. You know, Pennsylvania Dutch is really German. But stupid Englishmen who became Americans thought they were Dutch because they called themselves Deutsch, which is German for German. And the all right, I'm losing more words. You know, the people who don't use technology and they're mostly farmers, and I can't remember what they call themselves. They speak a dialect of German, but and I can understand a little of what they say. But most of them mainly speak English now because, they make a lot of money selling stuff to tourists. Amish, thank you, Ditch. There's another sect that's quite similar, and I don't remember what they're called either. But yeah, the Amish speak a dialect of German, but more and more they just speak English. Especially the young people. Früh shopping. Früh is, I think that means free. Mennonites, thank you, Ditch. But yeah, we hear mostly about the Amish. I watched a YouTube video of these guys from England doing their podcast in America, and they visited an Amish community. It was fascinating. Their house was heated with a wood stove, one of those big cast iron things. They cooked with actual wood stove. Morning beer, huh? Especially on Sundays. Oh, Frischhofen. I still. Okay. That makes sense. I was dividing the word at the wrong place. Fresh hops. Morning beer. Yeah. Oh well. I got a pair of jeans that's almost like new. 25 bucks including shipping. I love eBay. Ah, Don lives near a Mennonite farm that where he gets plants for his garden. Awesome. There's a lot of people on this mountain who have skills that most people have lost. Survival skills for people who are not homeless, although some are. I had a skill saw. I think that's what you call it. It's a disc that spins around and around. And I sold it at a yard sale because I was no longer strong enough to handle it because you get kickback, and I wasn't strong enough to, keep it off of me when it kicked back. And even if you let go and it shuts off, it's still a sharp blade. Well, I grew up poor, so I learned how to fix things. Even when my son was very young, I had to know how to fix things because I couldn't buy new ones. Ah, I'm just losing it physically, so I can't do the things I know how to do. But I'm getting better, eating better, and cooking my own food and not just getting either a Subway sandwich or something processed. Uh, it's improving my health a lot. And yeah, we have YouTube now. That there was no YouTube back then. 1970s. Um, there was a public library, but it wasn't all that helpful. Ditch is a locksmith. Awesome. I'm going to have to hire an electrician, though. The electrical outlet in the bathroom that would allow me to use the hair dryer without getting electrocuted because it has a trip switch that'll cut off the power. Well, it got tripped and it won't reset. It's older than dirt. It was there when I bought the house 20 years ago. I think 21 years. Anyway, it should have been replaced anyway. I've been watching the YouTube videos about how to fix appliances, not so I can fix them, but so I can know which ones to buy. I thought I could buy a washing machine, but I might go with the one that the gas company offers a discount on it. Even though it doesn't use gas, I guess if I got a dryer to go with it, it would use gas. It's like under $10 a month. Fulfilled by Best Buy. But I backed out of it mainly because my ride was here to go to the grocery store, but also all their stuff that you have to read was driving me crazy. You know, warranty and financial stuff. And I wasn't sure I wanted to apply for a loan. I already have a humongous loan from the credit union. It kept me going this winter. I don't know what you're correcting, Dawn. I don't see the typo you're correcting, so heck with it. Anyway, I read typo. Yeah, I should get a locksmith too. I used to be able to replace the doorknobs, but these newfangled ones with the safety shield that prevents people from picking your lock, I cannot get them in, and even the locksmith has trouble with them. Maybe I can get someone to just make a key for the doorknob I have. I don't have a key to it, which can be a problem. I have to go in and out the other door if I want to lock up the house. Oh, okay. Don was giving a movie recommendation to Ditch. Okay. Manglehorn. Al Pacino plays a locksmith. Cool. Well, anyway, rest in peace, Val Kilmer. We're gonna miss you. I'm not going to send you to the YouTube video about him because it's kind of even for me, it's so far out there into La La Land. But he did suggest that maybe Val Kilmer never went to certain parties and never visited a certain island. And maybe it wasn't natural. I just can't go there. My coffee and tea are cold. So's my water, but it's supposed to be cold. Got eye itchies again. Tori's being cute. Aren't you? See? She had her head tucked into the blankies, but then I said her name. There she goes. Good girl. Taking a kitty nap. That's my sweet little Tora. She's giving kitty kisses. Such a sweet girl. Such a good kitty cat. Yeah, Mom, now where's the treats? Well, I think I put them away. Oh, here's one. Yeah, a bag of treats. Oh, Sweetie noticed. I don't think I can get her on camera. The black cat with backlighting from the sunshine is kind of hard to see on camera. Here you go, Sweetie. All right, there's 3C and Smoky Sue. They heard the rattling of the bag of treats. I don't know where Tutu went. I know they're all in the house. It's cold out there. The stray cats haven't come to the door yet. They usually come and paw at my door wanting to be fed. They're probably curled up in whatever little place like a little cave under the house or something. They're probably all curled up, staying warm. What, Tora? Did you hear or something? Oh, I spoke too soon. Here they come. I gotta get to where I can see better and make sure it's a CAT. Yeah, it's a cat. Sometimes it's a raccoon. Once in a while, I'm about to open the door to let a cat in, and I look more closely, and no, that ain't a cat. We have skunks and raccoons and even possums because they like cat food. So I try not to have any food out after dark when they're more likely to come around. Tora, get off my desk. More gruel? Please, sir, I want more gruel. Oliver Twist. You ain't starving. You ain't a poor street urchin. Okay. What, you want to hop down and eat on your rug, huh? Yeah, move your feet, Mom. It's my rug. Oh, 3C. Kitty. Okay, I think it's probably time to sign off because I got nothing to say. Dawn has skunks, groundhogs, and rabbits. Skunks are funny. Yeah, they're very beautiful, but you don't want to get near them, especially not when they turn their back on you. Woo! I don't think we have any bunnies around here. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a groundhog either. I rarely see squirrels anymore. They're coming back slowly but surely, but a bunch of them died of the mange a few winters ago because their fur fell out and it was cold. And then when it was too late, we found out that you can buy this squirrel feed that treats the mange and saves their lives. I quit feeding the birds because at a certain point I was really feeding cats. Oh yeah, peanuts. Unsalted peanuts, and I think uncooked. I'm not sure about that. But I don't feed them. Yeah, salt apparently is very bad for squirrels. I don't like the blue jays. They're carnivores. They eat smaller birds. But they sure are pretty. Okay, guys. Soon as I start to leave, you give me something to talk about. We have Steller's jays. They're a bright blue with a black head. And we have another kind of blue jay that looks like a very small pigeon, but it's actually a blue jay. I forget what kind it is. But yeah, I Got rid of the bird feeder because it became a cat feeder. Yeah, well, Inventive, I decided to come on earlier. I thought my internet connection would be more stable. Well, it's super cold here. It's barely above freezing. It might have gotten a little warmer by now, but we don't expect comfortable temperatures, not even at noon. Oh, yeah, it's warmed up to 35. Will you get off of me, you stupid notification? I can't click what I want. Oh, 37 now. 32 is freezing. Yeah, round two is being stable. It's getting into the 80s in Florida. Well, we're not supposed to have this kind of cold in April or even in March. It might rain a lot in March, but we've been getting snow. Well, yeah, Snowmageddon in 23 was mostly in March, but it started in February. At least we aren't getting really deep snow, but we're getting several inches here and there. So far, I got rain, but up just a little higher on the mountain, they got 2 inches of snow. But over the next 2 days, we might get snow at my house. So I just won't go anywhere. Works for me. You don't have to shovel the snow if you aren't leaving the house. I'd like to have a couple days at 80 degrees. It rarely gets hotter than 80 up here on the mountain, but once in a while we'll have a July or August where it actually hits 90, but it's rare. Don's glad he woke up early today. Been sleeping in past noon. Eastern time, that would be around 9 where I am. Yeah, well, if you sleep in, you probably needed to sleep. I am so blessed by all these donations and Amazon gifts. I got cat treats. I got a cat carrying cage. Someone sent me a toaster oven. The weird thing about that thing is, you know how toaster ovens have these metal tubes that get hot and glow red? Not this one. It uses heat lamps. You'd think you were in a tanning salon. It takes a long time to preheat, though, but it works really well. All I've done is make some toast in it. I have to find a safer place to install it more permanently. But just to test it out, I put it on the kitchen counter, and it's just too close to the cupboard, so if I ran it for any length of time, it might set the cupboard on fire. Well, Inventive, I hope you like the heat because you can't get rid of it in Florida. It's funny, Florida is not that much farther south than California, but it's tropical. I guess the Caribbean is a warm ocean. Thank you, Juanita. Juanita needs prayers for improving her health. And I gotta go too. Yeah, most grocery stores will deliver now, Juanita. That's what I do when I'm desperate and I can't get to the store. I asked them to deliver. All right. See you, Pio. And I'm signing off too. Thank you all and have a great day. See ya. Yeah, next Thursday or sooner. See you all. Bye.